going to start with standing on your mat or wherever, a chair with an arm's reach about. You can take it a little bit wide with your feet, heels slightly in, toes slightly out. And we're just going to start with a warm up. You can bend the knees, breathe in to the top, breathe out to the bottom, a little bounce. Just breathe in, reach up, take it low, a couple times. Just getting a little bit of stretch in the body. We'll do this about 4 or so more times. There, hi Kennedy. We're just warming up the body, standing about a horse stance, heels in, toes out, breathing in at the top, adding a little bounce at the bottom. We'll go about 4 more times now. Last 3, and 2, and 1. Reach up, and then bring your hands to your thighs. You can widen your stance if you need. The thumbs are on the inner thighs, the fingers are back. Maybe just shimmy around a little bit, get comfortable. Knees are tracking in the direction of your toes. Then press into the inner thighs. Bring your right shoulder head forward, look over at your left. Getting a little rotation in the spine. Try to soften the shoulders from the ears, get maybe a little deeper in that gaze over your left shoulder, really opening the inner thighs. We'll come back through center. Gently bring your left shoulder head forward as you look over your right shoulder. A couple deep breaths, opening the chest. Nice, and then come through center. We're gonna hang out for about 1 minute. Let the arms hang, let the legs start to burn and open up a little bit. So just let your heart open, the collarbones widen. You can do whatever you need with your hands that helps you. Deep breaths in and out of the nose if that's possible for you today. And it's okay to shimmy around. It's okay to just be still. And try to stand up a little higher in the heart so the shoulders are almost stacked over the hips. So most likely you've got a little bit of a line forward through the heart, and that's just fine. We'll hold for 4, 3, stand up in 2, and 1. Go ahead and stand up, but straightening the legs and keeping the toes in about that same direction. And we're going to reach side to side. So we're going to try to keep a little bend in the knees and keeping the legs still, just reaching. So you're actually stretching through the side bodies a little bit, as well as the shoulders. And sometimes we can hear inside our own bodies, like the skeletal structure of the neck, shifting around on the spine as we warm up. And that's just fine. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll take it to standing. We'll add some jump ropes, not jump ropes, but jumping jacks, just to get a little more heated here. Start open. Just a little springy on the ankles. It's okay to have bent elbows, straight arms. You can crisscross the legs if you want. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, shake it out on 1. Nice. Just shake it out a little bit, a little loosey-goosey. Maybe you sway side to side with the arms. Couple deep breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll face our chair. We're going to stand shoulders width apart, really getting back for a nice forward fold. So hips over to heels, hands are in shoulders distance, and then just melt forward. You can bend your knees or keep them straight and have a micro bend in them. It's really getting into the shoulders, the pectoral muscles, as well as the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. Send your tailbone back, reach through the crown of your head forward, get some more distance in between the vertebra. Couple breaths. Nice, and as you're ready, come back up to standing. And we're going to take our right foot forward into a crescent lunge. The left foot can adjust back a little bit. So the right knee's over the ankle. And then just kind of press forward and back through the left heel. Imagine opening up, stretching that left groin and hip flexor. You can even come to your forearms on your chair or countertop if that feels better. And then as you're ready, we'll switch sides, step your left foot forward, take the right foot back, left knee and ankle are lined up. And start just kind of breaking through the energy as you press your heel back, lengthening the back side of your leg. Stable on the left foot, so that left hip is stable. Stretching open the inner groin, inner thigh. Nice, and then as you're ready, step it up. And we're gonna go ahead and get right to it with a Pilates ball. Stand about a palm, so an arm's length from your chair. Take that Pilates ball behind your right knee crease and squeeze it in. And if you don't have it, it's okay. You can bend the knee, that's fine. Flex the toes to have some control of the ball. We're gonna start by pressing the heel back and then bringing knee to knee. Back and knee towards knee. It can come a little bit more forward. We wanna focus on engaging the right glute. So starting to warm up the hamstring, as well as the glute on the right side, getting some stretch in the hip flexor as well here when we extend back. And you can try pointing your toes if you're squeezing the ball. Just keep squeezing it tight. It's amazing how doing these shapes repetitively, you can slow it down a little bit, how much fire they really start to build. You can have a little bend in the left knee. Let's go for 4, 3, think of fire hydrants in 2, and 1, knee to knee, and then extend that right knee out to the right side and take it in and out. Breathing. Keep squeezing that ball, and sometimes the ball likes to slip out, and that's okay. You can just grab it, put it in. If you start to burn really hard and you want to take the ball out, that's fine. You can hold the ball in between your hands and just keep the knee bent. And of course, if you don't have the ball, we're working on just some hydrants right here. Knee is bent at 90 degrees, toes would be flexed. Stabilized on the left leg. Make sure you're bending into the left knee as much as you need so the joint is protected and you can stabilize the hips. Last 4, 3, 2, and on 1, hold it up. So now the left forearm is going to come to the chair. Your right palm can protect you. Keeping the left knee forward, we're going to open up so the hips are stacked, and now your knee is in line with your right hip. Nice, and so imagine a side crunch. Squeeze your knee towards your right elbow and exhale, kick it back. So you open up that hip flexor, squeeze and extend back. Squeezing the right glute, really working on the inner thigh as well as you hold it up and open. Nice. And trying to keep a parallel line of the inner thigh as well as the inner shin, the arch of your foot with the ground. Use the exhale breath when you squeeze the knee up. We've got 4 more. And 3, we're gonna hold with that knee in line with hip. In 2, with the foot extended back behind you in 1. So hold here, squeeze, flex your toes and squeeze the ball, squeeze your leg back, back. It's a pulse squeezing back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze the ball tight. Last 3, 2, hold on 1. Now we're gonna pulse it straight up and down, up. Really getting into that side butt, the abductor muscles, the gluteus medius. Ooh, it'll burn. For 8, 7, you might feel it burning on your left glute med as well. For 4, 3, we're gonna bring the knee to chest in 2, and 1. Take your time here, press back into your left hand, bring knee to knee, and then squeeze it in towards your chest. So from here, we're gonna take knee to knee, even kick back a little more, and then all the way up into the chest. Kick back, to chest, take it back into chest. And again, adjust the ball if you need to, or you can hold it in your hands and do this work without that ball. Squeezing a right glute. Now, if you want to add on a little calf muscle for the left leg, when you bring your knee to chest, press up onto the left balls of your feet so the heel rises, and then place it down as you bring the leg back. Stabilizing our balance on the chair or the bar. Yeah, pressing into the toes. If you're choosing that variation to lift that left heel high as you draw your right knee towards your chest. You've got 4, 3, 2, last 1. Take the ball, place your right leg down. You can bend into the knees, switching sides, all that same stuff. When you're ready, take the ball behind your left knee, squeeze it in tight. We'll start with those donkey kicks. Press back and bring it in. Now, if you don't have the ball at all, flex your toes. And if you have the ball, it's your choice. Try to point the toes and see how that lights up slightly differently. Really stabilized on the right hip. That is your balance center right now. Even more than the hands rested on your countertop or bar. Opening up the low abdomen, though squeezing the navel in helps protect the muscles as well as the low back. Try to point a little bit higher, really activating the left glute. Nice, we've got 4 more. And 3, we go to our hydrants in 2. And 1, bring knee to knee, and then extend the left knee to the left side of your mat. Bring it in, and lift, and lift. Starting to get those abductors, lifting up, feeling the squeeze. Squeeze the ball a little tighter. Bend as much as you need into that right knee for stability in the hip and the balance. Woo, feeling it burn. 8 more. And 6 more. Last 4, hold it up in 3. And 2, going to our stacked hips on 1. Bring your right forearm to the chair, left palm stays there, and level your knee in line with your hip, and point the toes back. We're gonna find that crunch, so squeeze the knee towards your tricep, and then take it all the way back. Squeeze the glute, tricep, and glute. Getting some core work out the obliques right here. And making sure there's nothing going on in the right knee that's causing you any pain or issues. We want to bend into the knee, track over the toes so that you're still stable here. If you need to, you can slightly tweak the toes in if you have current knee issues. And try to keep that knee lifted in line with the hip rather than sinking down. We've got 4 more. And 3. Hold it up and back in 2. And 1. Now flex the toes and push back. Activate the glute, the sole of the foot, the hamstring, feeling some fire. Press back. Keep the knee hovered. Open the hip flexor. You've got slight flexion and extension there. Use the glute. Kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold it in 2. Little pulses on 1. Now we just lift up. The last little pulse push here. Woo, feel that work in. Feel it into the upper back of your hip. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Knee to chest in 3, 2, and 1. Come back to both palms. Gently rotate your hips forward. Hug your knee into your chest. And then take it back. Knee to chest. Take it back. Nice job. If you want to start lifting the right heel, getting the calf activated, feel free to spread the toes wide, root down into the ball of your foot. Nice. We're almost there. This is the grand finale of this ball standing part. Start to feel that right hip and glute light up for 4, 3, really hug the knee in and up. Last 2. And 1. Woo, take that ball down, shake out the legs. Ball can go down for a moment. Maybe you grab the chair, sway the hips side to side. Feel free to take another forward fold to stretch it out. Awesome, friends. We are moving on to some slider work as well as core. So grab your set of sliders if you have them. This is where the mat folded in half is nice. If you don't have sliders, don't worry, you can do these shapes without, or you could try to use magazines or folded towels or paper plates under your feet, something like that. But if not, it's no worries. So we'll come to a high plank, both sliders under both feet. We're set up in a nice high plank. If we're here to work our core, we slide the sliders up towards our arms and then extend back to the plank. So pull and push and push. Palms are spread wide, shoulders are over the hips. Yep, and if you don't have the sliders, you're just stepping 1 foot at a time forward and back. Keeping a long spine here, maintaining the integrity of the straight spine. So reaching through the crown of your head, your gaze is at the top of your mat. Nice, let's go for 8, 7, 6, and 5. We'll hold our plank in 4, 3, 2. Find that plank right here. We'll jog out the knees. 1 at a time. Take them together. Keep your spine long. Pull your navel in. Yeah. Woo. Last 4, 3. We're going to push and pull the heels in 2 and 1. High plank. We're going to push back and pull slightly forward. So shoulders ahead of wrists. Then press back, serve stacked. Gently sliding the sliders with you. Woo. Lighting up some of the muscles in the back. If you don't have the sliders, just shifting off the toes. Nice job. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold high plank, down dog. Hips to the sky, your feet can stay on those sliders. Maybe bend the knees slightly, make sure you're stable. Take a big breath in, sigh it out. All right, a little movement from here, but stabilizing the palms and the legs. Shift forward to high plank and take it back to down dog. 4 more times like that. High plank, down dog. Twice more. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, down dog. And inhale, shift forward. Exhale, down dog and hold. From here, we've got some pike moves. So slide to your plank. Extend the legs back, breath in. On your exhale, think down dog, pull the hips forward, feet come towards the wrists. Then send them back to plank, and then squeeze it up. Try to keep straight legs. My floor is a little sticky, so bending the knees is helping get the movement started. Really working on core to spine. Keeping us reach through the crown of your head. Do 4 more. Avoid drooping in the hips when you make it back to your plank. Last 3. Working for it here. 2 more. We'll find our high plank after we finish the last one. High plank. Nice high plank hold. Now taking the right leg off to the side. Squeeze it in, left leg, in and out. Alternating. Woo, this is it, our last push. 4, 8 times. 7, 6, knees down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, nice work. Those sliders, they sneak on you. They sneak up and they really make the work hard for you. You get your bang for your buck with these. So we'll keep 1 slider right now. The other one can go off to the side. We'll come up to standing. At any point in time you need a small sip of water, go ahead. So we're going to stabilize our left foot on the mat. We're just on the ground. Our right foot is on the slider. And the whole sole of your foot can rest. as comfortably as it can so you have activation. Just gonna do Skiandasanas, so standing about hips width. Left knee will bend as your right leg lengthens out. Send the hips back, then squeeze the inner thigh as you drag the leg in. Go out, slide it in. Stabilize on the left leg, the left hip. And if you don't have a slider, you can step out and step in. Take it out. Really focusing on that inner thigh pull, the abduction, the muscles there squeezing up. Just take your time, send the hips back more, keep the spine long, and pull it in. Woo, doing good. Last 4 right here. 3, 2, and last one, go out and then come up to standing, slide it in. We'll find our reverse lunge, left foot on the base. On the mat, right foot goes back, bend both knees so you're in that nice low dipped lunge, and then return forward to standing, sliding the leg back and coming up. And then of course, if you don't have the slider, you're stepping your foot back and forward into that lunge. So focus on the push of the foot back to activate the hamstring, and then the pull forward to activate the quad. Whatever the hands need to do is fine. Just keep breathing through it. Keep the spine tall. Try to keep your heart open. We're gonna piece these together in 4, 3. We'll meet right in that standing shape in 2. And 1. Just piece those 2 shapes together. We'll slide out that Skandasana and in, and we'll go back to that lunge. Knee drops and comes in. Repeat just like that. Out, drag the inner thigh to engage it, push back for the glute and squeeze forward for quad. All the while, that standing leg quad and hip are lighting up, showing you what's what at the same time. Nicely done. We'll do 4 more of the full piece together of this puzzle. 3 more. Stay with us. 2 more. And last one, and we'll meet in that double lunge. Take it back. So from this double lunge, back knee bent, we're just gonna push and pull that slider. So stabilize on the left foot. Left hip stable, knee stays bent, both knees really. Just slide that slider back and forth. If you don't have it, you can step back, squeeze it in, little pulses. Just fire it all up for the grand finale. You've got 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, really push and pull, 1 more. Woo, slide it up to standing. Excellent, shake it out. And we go to the other leg. Moving this so I can stay with you. Put that slider under your left foot and step solid down on your right leg. Bend into the right knee, slide the left leg out, Skandasana. Squeeze it in. Take it long. And try to send the hips back. Keep the knee tracking over the toes as you bend. And keep the spine long. You can go low, but as you go low, really send that booty back, back, back. It's counterbalance there for the spine, the torso. These floors are a little bit sticky, making me feel like I'm working a little double. Maybe I'm just flattering myself. Take it up, slide it in so you can feel that leg, the inner thigh, the adduction of the muscles as they come together. Awesome. Let's go for 4 more of these babies. 3 more. Get nice and long, pull it in. Last 2. 1 more. Take it out. Slide it up. Nice. We're going to take back, so make sure you have enough room behind you for that double lunge. Bending both knees at 90. Then you're gonna slide forward to standing. Take it back. Bring it in. The knee doesn't have to touch the ground. You can hover it nice and low, but slide forward, light up your left quadricep. All four of those babies on fire as you pull and then push back with the glutes. Nice. Stable on that right leg. That's really important for your balance and to light up those muscles, the protection of your knee. Get in the zone, maybe find your focal point somewhere. Take it back and slide it up. Whew. Last four more. Nice, Karen. 3, 2 to go. And then we'll meet up on 1. Let's piece them together. Take it out, Skandasana. Bend the right knee. Slide it in. Take it back, double lunge, and up to standing. And repeat. Out, in, back, and forward. This is where my stable standing leg is telling me this is gnarly, but we tell it back, you're so strong, we are almost there, and we've got just a little bit more to give this morning, so stay at it. We've got 4 more. Take it back, slide it in. 3. Woo. Yes, almost done. 2 to go. Pull out, pull back, and 1 more. Keep it back on that double lunge. Take it low, push and pull the back leg on the slider or step it back and forth. Stable on that right leg. Last bit, here it is. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide it up. Oh, yes. Oh boy, pedal out the knees. If you'd like to revisit your forward fold on your chair, take it down, pedal the legs, straighten them. Give yourself a moment to breathe. Recollect your thoughts. Awesome job, everybody. You're amazing. So we're going to take it to our backs for some glute bridges. 1, yeah, we need actually both our sliders here. So lay down with both the sliders hips width distance apart for your bridge pose, but with the heels on top of the sliders, your toes towards the sky. Just walk your shoulders down your back, palms into the mat. Situate yourself so you feel comfortable. We'll keep our gaze at the sky. Make sure you're pressing the heels onto the sliders, toes up, and lift your hips up high. Just coming into bridge with the toes up. Activating the glutes, chin off the chest, just reach toward the crown of your head with your chin. Let your neck natural curvature be lifted and comfortable, so no tension there. So our glute bridges, we're just gonna tap the hips down and lift up. Our feet are stable for now. No slider work here yet. If you don't have the sliders, don't worry. Just follow along. We got you. Engaging the glutes at the top. Fire up a squeeze there. And then gently anchor towards the ground and repeat that motion. Keep your knees in line with your hips. So activate your toes, flex them back towards the knee joints. Press your forearms down into the earth. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Hold the hips up in 4, 3. Keep squeezing the buns. 2. Hold and squeeze at the top right here. Keep the heels lifted if possible. We're going to extend the right leg out. So on the slider or not, you can tap it out and slide it back. Keep the hips up the whole time. Reach out, slide in, reach out, squeeze it up. Try to keep the toes flexed and lifted off the earth. Keeping the hips lifted without sagging or drooping the right hip. Try to keep it up. Engage your core at the top. Really lift it high. Sliding, activating the hamstring. Last 8, 7, squeeze the buns, 6, hips high for 5, 4, 3, keep the feet in on 2, and 1, reset, pulse the buns to the top. So feet are hips apart, back to that starting point. Now we're just pulsing the booty, squeezing at the top for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold up in 2, and 1. Now same thing with the left leg, slide the heel forward, squeeze it in, lengthen, and then flex back up with the butt cheek. Hips stay high the whole time. Check in that you're looking up, or you can close your eyes. Chin is reaching for the crown of your head. Shoulders are soft down your back. Forearms can press down to help with the lift. Keep flexing your toes up. You're doing great. We're almost there. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, hold the legs in 3. We're going to pulse the butt again in 2, and 1. Pulse it up, squeeze it to the top. This is it. Really activate the hammies, the buns. Lift a little higher for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hold up in 3, 2. Hold it up right here. Squeeze the butt, squeeze it, and release. Set back, mid back, low back to the mat. Woo. You can take those sliders to the side and hug your knees into your chest. Couple deep breaths, maybe some rocking across the sacrum, the low back. Nicely done, everyone. Hopefully you have a band within reach. Go ahead and grab your yoga strap, your band. We're going to take it around our thighs as we stay on the mat. And if you don't have a band, it's okay. You can do this without. The band just kind of adds on a little more flair for it. So from your back, make sure your knees are as wide as you need to keep that band taut, and the band's right around your thighs. Now flex your toes. You might see that you're resembling a horse pose. Keep the low back into the ground, so drive your navel down. From here, arms are just soft by your side. We are going to squeeze out wide, then squeeze it back in, keeping the band taut. Point the toes, tap the ground, tap it out wide, bring it back and up. So that's it. We take the legs wide, keeping the band taut the whole time. Squeeze the butt, take it low, open the toes wide, and bring them in, scoop it back up, open, close, scoop it down, open, close. Just like that. Now notice if your low back curvature is lifted, we want to actually flatten that space best you can on the mat. So if it's helpful, you can slide your hands underneath. Just actively imagine drawing your navel straight to the ground. Just engage it, drill it through the earth. Find these scoops, open, activate the glutes. Oops, sometimes the band gets away from you, and that's okay. We'll do 4 more right here, all the way open and close. Scoop it low, open and close. 3 to go. Last 2. 1 more. Scoop the earth and then scoop it back up. Nice. From here, we're going to take this band to the arches of your feet. And if you don't have it, no worries. So you're going to keep the knees, hips width, and flex the toes greatly. Bring your elbows wide and release your hands behind your head. So it's yogi bicycles, but with that extension of the band. If you don't have the band, it's regular yogi bikes. So lift your head, neck, shoulders, heads heavy in the hands. Exhale to twist opposite elbow to knee and extend that long leg as far as you can to a hover. Come back through center, keeping the band taut. So when you come back up, you don't want to slingshot the band. And then exhale, twisting opposite side with that extension. Keep the toes flexed. Try to hover the opposite leg long. Whew, low back stays grounded. Use that breath work here. Try to get your shoulders off the mat. Reach that elbow towards the thigh or the knee. Getting that core targeted as well as some legs. Nicely done. Whoo. Let's go for 8, 7. Last 6 right here. Take your time, be conscious with your movements. 5 more, draw your navel straight to the earth. Low back is sticking down for 4, 3, last 2, make it count, last 1. Woo, nice. You can take that band to the side, hug your knees in, take them wide, gently rock side to side, give yourself a little 11. Big breath in and out. Nice, go ahead and grab behind your thighs. We'll rock and roll up to boat pose or to a seat. So make your way there. We have a little room behind you. And if you want, you can still grab that band in your hands. Grab the thighs if you don't have the band. For now, shoulders down your back. Now feel free to take that band, hold it out wide with the palms face up, the band is tucked. So you can imagine some bicep work. So we'll go nice and low and then take it up. When you lower, extend the arms with the toes. And when you lift, squeeze it up. Now, if you don't have a band or if there's anything going on with the low back, you can hold on to the thighs or you can take the band or towel under the thighs for a little support. Or if all else fails, support yourself with the hands behind you, bend the elbows back. Nice, so make sure the core is really active here. We're going strong. Yeah, Karen, amazing, lower down, squeeze up, pull the shoulders into the back. We'll just be here for 4, not for long, just quick in and out. 3, make them count, avoid rounding the back. 2, hold it up on 1, hold here, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Band down. Nice. We're going to make our way to tabletop. And you can be on your mat with the sliders both under your hands. We've got some arm work now, some tricep work. So from here, you can have knees or toes on the mat, either way. And if you don't have the sliders, that's fine. First, we're just going to start with some elbows back push-ups. Spine long. Inhale down. Really press up, spread the hands wide. If you prefer, you can be on your toes, full push-ups. Avoid crunching your neck and looking underneath you, just keep the spine long. Awesome work today. We've got 4 more right here. And 3, 2, and stay upright on 1. Nice. From here, start with the right hand, still staying with the push-ups, bend the left elbow and reach the right hand forward, squeeze it back. Left palm slides forward, right elbow bends, slide it back. Now, if you prefer, you can still stay and do the regular push-ups we just did. You don't have a slider, you can tap forward, bend the right elbow and come back. Repeating sides. Keep engaging the navel to the sky. Working on a long spine. Almost there. We've got some oblique work after this. Let's go for 8, 7. Work those arms, baby. 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep that core tight. Last 2. We'll be upright on 1. Woo, maybe a child's pose if you'd like to take it. Couple deep breaths. Very, very nice. All right, final pushes. We're gonna meet on our right side body with a Pilates ball if you have it. Feel free to lengthen your yoga mat to full length now for the end, or stay in that short stance to situate so your hip is padded, maybe your forearm as well. So taking it to a right forearm side plank with that Pilates ball underneath your ribs. Nice and comfortably. Bring that forearm down. Make sure your bottom knee is bent in line with your hip. Your top leg can be long, pressing the foot into the ground or the mat. Then bring your left elbow up. You're gonna lower across that mat, that ball, and squeeze and lift up. Keeping the legs engaged together, squeeze and lift. You can kind of use that right hand as support. Kind of slide it for that extra lift. Feel free to adjust the ball if it doesn't feel quite right for you. It's under my low floating ribs. Lifting up. Imagining bringing that elbow towards the hip. So the spine is long, the heart is open. We're not rounding and crunching forward, just getting that lift. And we'll do 8 more. Work in that side body. Get those obliques as well as the core. 3. Whoops, I counted wrong. We've got 7 more. And 6. 5. 4. 3. Holding it up in 2. Little spicy number on 1. You're gonna take that right arm, hover it, and place it down. Woo! Try to keep it kind of long at that 45 degree. Staying upright best you can. We'll just do this 2 more times. So much oblique work. Lift, lower. 1 more. Lift that arm. Woo! Take it down. Nice. Okay, press up. Let's go to the opposite side. Same step. Lower to your left hip. Bottom leg is bent. Ball is under the low floating ribs. Left elbow in the ground. Right leg long. Plant that foot. Elbow up to the sky. Breathe in. Kind of lower yourself long. Exhale. Squeeze all the way up. Side crunches. Head pressing back gently into your hand. I tend to tent my left fingers a little bit. They kind of slide forward and back with me as support. Stabilize that top leg. Make sure the top leg is in line with your hip. Let's go for 8. 7. Take a full breath at the bottom. Lift with the exhales. We've got 4 more. Adding on that spice in 3. Stay up in 2. Last one, stay up right here. Woo. Let's hover that left leg, balance on your ball or the arm, plant it. Gather your strength, lift and plant. Lift and plant. 3 more. Hover, lower. 2 more. Fire up that right oblique. Down. Last one. Give it, give it, give it. Take it down. Woo! All right, you're awesome, friends. Take it to your back. We've got some crunches. We'll work the low obliques, and then we'll stretch a little and we're out. We don't need any props here. Plant your feet hips width distance apart, elbows behind your head. Make sure your low back's in the ground. Drive your navel down. Take a breath in. And exhale, press the low back down even more as you lift head, neck, and shoulders. Down and up. Trying to lift the sternum towards the sky. Head heavy in the hands. Go ahead and press your toes into the ground. Elevate your heels. Get a little bit lower in the abs. Try to draw the navel down and squeeze the pubic bone, round it to the navel, navel to the sternum, sternum to the heart as you lift. Elbows wide. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back in the ground. Ooh, arms can come by your side, or if you want, tuck them underneath the spot of your low back that tends to lift. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together. So making a diamond shape, really it's the toes. Your heels may or may not touch. We're going to tap the toe part to the ground. The knees are wide. We're going to lift and lower. Squeeze it up, keeping the inner thighs wide. Tap it down. Try to do best you can, keeping your navel drawing to the ground, that low back rounded. You don't have to touch the ground all the way. You can go part way. Just working lower into the abdomen. Try to soften your shoulders, down your back. We'll just do 8 more of these right here. You're awesome. 7. Finishing off with this 4 right here. 6. 5. Last 4 full breaths. Keep your navel driving to the earth. 3. Last 2. Knees a little wider. Final 1. Woo. Plant the feet. Take the feet wide. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. You can cactus or W your arms. Nice work today. That was amazing. When you're ready, bring both knees towards the left side and look to the right. Settle in, take some cooling, full breaths. Gently draw your knees up and rest them over towards the right and look to your left. And draw your knees up to the sky. Draw them into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. You can be still here, or you can gently rock a little bit side to side if you prefer. And we'll make our way up to a seat. So you can rock and roll, grabbing behind your thighs, or you can let your knees fall off to one side and support yourself up. Either way is fine. When you get there, take the feet wide, lean back with your palms, fingers facing forward. We're just gonna windshield wiper right here. A little bit more action, targeting those abductor muscles, the outer side glutes. We'll come up to seated Sukhasana pose with your left ankle, your left leg in, your right leg forward, crossing at the shins, trying to take your feet as wide as your knees if possible. Sit bones are grounded. And just walk your hands forward and round forward, chin into chest. Walk yourself back up to a long spine. Bring your right palm behind your sacrum, left palm to the sky, heart is forward, breathe in. And a little exhale, twist to the right. A little gentle twist, keep the hips forward, just twisting through the spine, really twisting more so in the shoulders. And maybe you look over your right shoulder in that direction. Flex your toes, couple breaths. Imagining, even though you've got some spinal rotation, keeping the base of the skull and the tailbone in one long line. Get a little bit more length and space as you get taller, inhale. A little bit more twist as you wind to the side, exhale. Gently come back through center. And we'll switch legs. So now your right leg is closer in towards your hips and pelvis. The left leg is in front, Sukhasana, with the shins crossed really right through the center. Flex your toes and start to walk forward. Sit bones stay grounded. Fold over your thighs. Maybe close your eyes for a minute. A little stretch for the lower back. Cervical spine, your chin rests. Crown of the head reaches a little bit heavy. And gently start to walk yourself back upright. Left palm plants behind your sacrum, right palm to the sky as you look forward, breathe in. Exhale, start to twist to your left and then rest your palm on your thigh. So you've used the strength of your body rather than your arms to come into the twist. Stacking the spine, one vertebra at a time, right over the other, twisting a little bit deeper. Maybe you keep the gaze in the same direction as your heart. Maybe you take it towards your left shoulder. Think getting tall in length, and then deepening the twist from there. And one more breath in to lengthen, and out to twist. And then unwind through center. If you'd like, you can bring your hands to your heart center, or maybe bow your chin towards your chest. So I thank you for your time today, showing up in this community, all that hard work and dedication. There's nowhere to go but further forward. So enjoy all that energy you shared. Take it to heart. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.